Good morning, class. We're working on finding area and perimeter of kind of uncommon objects, but we need all the information that we've used with some of the formulas. I know we kind of had a brief intro to this yesterday. So on this, in the right-hand corner, you see I included the rectangle, the formula for area and perimeter on there. So as we were going through yesterday, we're kind of looking at these objects, and we noticed that we have information that's missing that we need. So that's kind of our first step that we need to do. We need to find those missing sides. Then we can use that information to help us get perimeter first or area first and work through it. So what we need to do, first let's look at this side right here. We don't have anything listed over here. We don't know what number that is. But we can use information on the opposite side of that to help us find what it is. So on the opposite side of what's missing, I see 9. So that's our starting point. We know the whole side is 9. We know just from going back to the other side over here, we have a 2. So if I take that long side 9 and take away the 2, that leaves us with 7. And that's what this side will then have to be. So we have 9 on one side minus 2 gives us the missing 7. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Where are we missing here? We're missing right up here. So if I look right directly across from that, I see that the whole side is 10. And then I just need to find out any other information I can about that side. Well, here I see that I know 6 of it. So we have 6 and our 10. So if we subtract those, I end up with 4. So now we kind of have all our missing sides. So we have all the information we need to kind of piece this together and use our formulas. So the first thing I think will be easiest is just going through our perimeter, which we don't have an actual object where we're timesing like in a rectangle. So we are just adding up all the sides. So you can just take your calculator and you're just going to add 10 plus 2 plus 6 plus 7 plus 4 plus 9. So when we type that into our calculator, we end up getting perimeter equals 38 centimeters. Now it becomes a little bit more tricky. It was somewhat easy to just add up all the sides, but we need to now go back and get area. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I see this object. It almost looks like 2 rectangles. So I'm going to draw in a line right here. So now I have 2 specific rectangles. All I need to do now is find the area of both these rectangles. So on the first rectangle, I have 10 down at the bottom, and I have a 2. Well, if I look at my formula sheet, I have length times width. So I have my 10 times my 2. 10 times 2 is 20. So my area of that first big triangle at the bottom is 20. Now I just look to the next rectangle. What information do I have? Well, I know this is 7, and I know this is 4. Using the same area equals length times width, 4 times 7, I get 28. Now, I just need to add these numbers together. So, I'm going to add 28 and 20. So my area is going to be equal to 48 centimeters. And remember, when we're finding area, that centimeters is squared.